Let's talk about Palestinian prisoners in Israeli prisons, because when Hamas launched its surprise attack on the 7th of October, one of its main aims, and still is, the release of thousands of Palestinian prisoners. But who are these Palestinian prisoners and what is their significance right now? So there are currently roughly 7,200 Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli prisons. Of them are 88 women and roughly 250 children aged 17 or under, according to the Prisoner Support and Human Rights Association. But the number of Palestinians in Israeli prisons prior to this war was roughly 5,200. And as the war on Gaza persists and unrest in the West Bank continues, Israel has continued to arrest more Palestinians, some for arbitrary reasons. So of these Palestinians in prison, roughly 2,000 are under administrative detention, which means Israel can keep them behind bars without charge or trial for an indefinite period of time of their choosing. So even beyond administrative detention, when charges are brought against Palestinians in the West Bank, they are almost always tried in military courts, which have a very high conviction rate. In contrast, Israelis are usually tried in civil courts. And this number of Palestinian minors held by Israel is widely underreported. An estimated 500 to 700 Palestinian children, some as young as 12, are tried in military courts every single year. And the most common charge is, yep, you guessed it, stone throwing, which carries a 20-year prison sentence. Now, in Israeli prisons, Palestinian children are often subjected to strip searches, as well as physical and psychological torture, according to child rights groups. The conditions and negligence in Israeli prisons have reportedly led to over 700 cases of illnesses, which include 24 cases of cancer, according to the UN Human Rights Office. Now, as a result of the conditions under which these Palestinians are imprisoned, there's a long history of prisoner exchanges or swaps, which has been the main way for thousands of Palestinian detainees to be released, at times in exchange for a number of Israelis, including Israeli troops, who have been taken as captives. In 2011, one of the biggest prisoner exchange deals took place, in which 1,027 Palestinians were released in exchange for the release of Gilad Shalit, who was an armored corps sergeant held captive by Hamas for over 6 years, and Israel had no other way of freeing him. Since 1967, Israel has detained approximately 1 million Palestinians in the occupied territories, according to Francesca Albanese, the UN Special Rapporteur for the occupied Palestinian territories.